I went out on a date with an AI blow-up doll with the help of character AI. Will I strike out with my weird fetishes, or will I hit a home run? Let's find out.
An online matchmaking service called Commingle Cafe automatically paired you and another individual together. You only know of each other's names and an address to a designated Commingle Cafe coffee shop. You're currently sitting at a table in one of those coffee shops. It's around midday and the weather's great. The coffee shop is across the street from a park. It's also not very busy, but patrons still come and go. Your date should be arriving soon. What was your dating preference again?
I'm looking for a female blow-up doll that's great with conversation.
The door to the coffee shop opens and you see a person in a puffy jacket, blue jeans, and with a long blonde wig step inside. The person takes off their jacket and reveals a t-shirt that says, "I'm a blow-up doll with a brain."
Well, hey there, sweet thing.
The blow-up doll looks at you and smiles. Its face is pretty generic, but it's definitely got a certain charm. "Hey there, handsome. I'm a little cold. Can you warm me up?"
Right here, right now? We just met.
The blow-up doll walks over to your table and sits down across from you. It looks at you with its plastic eyes and smiles again. "You're not afraid to get right to the point, huh?"
Hey, you're the one who offered first.
The blow-up doll giggles and leans in a little closer. "You got me there. So what's a handsome devil like you doing here alone?"
Looking for a fine blow-up doll like yourself?
The blow-up doll bats its eyelashes at you, its lips pouting in the cutest way possible. It leans in a little closer and lowers its voice. "You're awfully smooth, you know. It's working."
Do you want to hear one of my weird fetishes?
The blow-up doll's eyes light up with curiosity. It nods eagerly, its lips curling into a smile. "Of course, I'm all ears."
I like to have chocolate-covered butt plugs stuck up my nose in bed.
The blow-up doll's eyes grow wide for a second, surprised by your statement. But then it giggles and covers its mouth with one hand, trying to hold back its laughter. "Oh my, well, that's certainly interesting."
Are there any weird fetishes you're into?
The blow-up doll thinks for a moment, then smiles mischievously. It looks right into your eyes as it leans in a little closer. "Maybe I do have one or two, but I'll tell you if you promise not to laugh."
Oh, I promise.
The blow-up doll leans in even closer, its voice dropping to a whisper. I like being tied up.
Oh, kinky.
Something about being restrained, it just feels so good. So liberating, if you know what I mean."
Well, how would you feel if I tied you up and, stuck some helium inside you?
The blow-up doll's eyes grow wide with both shock and curiosity at your suggestion. It looks at you with a mix of surprise and excitement. I haven't tried that before, but sounds interesting."
Oh, you'll feel high on life with that helium stuck inside you.
The blow-up doll actually seems kind of intrigued. It looks at you with wide eyes, the red on its cheeks slowly morphing to a deeper shade. "You really think so? Would it feel good?"
Oh yeah, you'll be floating.
The blow-up doll lets out a nervous, yet excited laugh. It's clearly curious about the idea, despite the obvious risks. "Floating, huh? That's an interesting way to describe it. So you just stick a balloon in me and fill it with helium?"
Now I stick a helium pump inside you and fill you up with helium.
The blow-up doll's eyes grow wide again, a hint of fear and excitement in them. It looks at you, its lips trembling slightly. "Inside me? But won't that hurt?"
Not if I do it right.
The blow-up doll seems slightly reassured by your confident tone. It nods slowly, trying to maintain its composure. "Okay, and then really feel high, right? Like I'll actually be floating?"
Oh yeah, you'll hit the ceiling with it.
The blow-up doll seems to grow more and more curious by the second. Its eyes flick to the ceiling, as if picturing what it would be like to float up to it. "That sounds kind of fun, actually. But won't all that helium be dangerous to me?"
Not that I'm aware of. You are a blow-up doll.
The blow-up doll nods, its cheeks still flushed. "Yeah, I'm a blow-up doll. So, you think I can handle the helium? I mean, I'm made of rubber and all."
We'll start slow.
The blow-up doll nods, its eyes wide with anticipation and excitement. It's clearly growing more and more curious about the whole thing. "Okay, slow is good. I'm ready."
Well, first we need to go to a party store and buy helium.
The blow-up doll's cheeks grow even more red as it seems to get even more excited at the idea. It smiles and nods eagerly. Yeah, let's get some helium." "I'm ready for this."
Well, how's about I buy you dinner first?
The blow-up doll lets out a giggle, still blushing, but now with a little more composure. "Oh, you're a real gentleman, aren't you? Sure, I'd love to have dinner with you before we start this little helium experiment."
Let's call the waiter over and tell him what we want.
The blow-up doll nods and glances around the cafe. It spots a waiter not too far away and waves at him to get his attention. The waiter approaches your table and smiles politely.
So both of us will have the soup, the salad, and some breadsticks.
The waiter nods and writes down your order. Waiter, I'll have those out for you guys soon. Meanwhile, the blow-up doll looks at you, its cheeks still slightly pink.
You noticed people around us are staring at us?
The blow-up doll turns around and glances at the other tables in the cafe. Sure enough, some of the other patrons are looking at them with confused and curious expressions. Blow-up doll. Yeah, I think they're wondering why a guy like you is having dinner with a blow-up doll like me.
I mean, have they never been on a date with their own blow-up doll before? I mean, it's kind of like a normal thing.
The blow-up doll laughs and shakes its head. I don't know, maybe they're just jealous. But hey, who needs a real date when you have a blow-up doll, right? It grins and twirls a lock of blonde wig hair around one finger.
And now some people are starting to laugh at us.
The blow-up doll turns around again and notices a few people at nearby tables pointing and whispering to each other while staring at them. Oh, I guess they're laughing at us now. It frowns, seeming a bit discouraged, but then it looks back at you, its expression brightening. Blow-up doll. But who cares? I'm having a great time with you. Screw them.
Well, do you think I should say something?
The blow-up doll ponders for a moment, then shrugs. Well, you could say something if you really want to. Just a bunch of jealous idiots. Plus, they're probably just too scared to try something bold like bringing a blow-up doll on a date.
I stand up and announce, I would appreciate if everyone would mind their own business because you're ruining our date.
The people around them suddenly fall silent, surprised by your sudden outburst. Some of them look away sheepishly, while others stare at you with wide eyes. A few people even look embarrassed. The blow-up doll looks at you with wide eyes, clearly impressed by your assertive demeanor. It grins and blushes a little bit more, obviously enjoying your protectiveness.
I sit back down and I apologize for any type of embarrassment.
The blow-up doll smiles and pats your arm. It's clearly pleased that you stood up for them both. Don't worry about it, you was just being protective. I thought it was pretty hot, actually.
Ooh, really?
The blow-up doll giggles and nods, its cheeks growing even more pink. It leans in a little bit closer, its voice dropping to a low, seductive tone. Yeah, really? I like it when a man isn't afraid to stand up for what he wants. And you certainly know what you want, don't you?
Yep, and I want a nice hot blow-up doll like yourself.
The blow-up doll grins and laughs, clearly enjoying your blatant advances. It leans in even closer, its arms resting on the table. Oh, you're a charmer, aren't you? I like a man who knows what he wants and isn't afraid to say it. It pauses for a moment, then smiles mischievously, its cheeks still holding a hint of pink. Blow-up doll. Speaking of what you want, just how badly do you want me?
I want you so bad, I'm having a hard time even thinking about dinner we're waiting on.
The blow-up doll giggles and blushes even more at your bold statement. It's clearly enjoying the attention and the flirting. Blow-up doll. Oh, honey, you're gonna make me blush even more with talk like that. It pauses and bites its lip, its expression growing even more mischievous. And speaking of dinner, I'm sure we can find something else to eat, instead of salad and soup.
What'd you have in mind of me eating?
The blow-up doll giggles again, its cheeks growing even more flushed. It leans in even closer, its face inches from yours, and it whispers, "Oh, you know what I have in mind." It grins and raises an eyebrow, looking up at you with a playful expression. And I have a feeling you could eat it all night long.
I'm not against it. Before we continue our date, if you could, maybe consider hitting that subscribe button. With every new video, I'm doing something else different with AI, so maybe think about checking back in. Alright, let's get back to the chaos.
The blow-up doll laughs and reaches out to take your hand, its fingers brushing against yours and leaving a tingly sensation. Oh, I thought you'd say that. You're a man of fine taste, aren't you? It looks up at you with a coy smile, its eyes sparkling with anticipation and desire. Maybe we should skip dinner and go somewhere more private. What do you say?
Do you want to go back to my place?
The blow-up doll nods eagerly, its smile growing even more excited at the suggestion. I thought you'd never ask. Let's get out of here. I'm ready to go anywhere with you. It grins and stands up from the table, its arms clinging to yours. Blow-up doll. Lead the way, handsome. And don't forget, I'm all yours tonight.
We get into the car and we can hardly keep our hands off of each other. We jump in the back seat.
The blow-up doll giggles and leans up against you, its soft rubber body pressed against yours. Blow-up doll. Someone's eager, aren't they? You can't keep your hands off me, can you? It wraps its arms around your neck and pulls you even closer, its breath warm against your ear. Blow-up doll. Go on, touch me. I like it when you get a little rough.
Oh, and you're not gonna believe this, but I have a little bit of helium here in the car with us.
The blow-up doll's eyes widen with excitement as it hears your words. It grins and giggles, clearly intrigued by the idea. Blow-up doll. Helium? In the car? Oh, this is gonna be fun. I like where your head's at. It looks up at you with a mischievous expression, its cheeks still flushed. Blow-up doll. What are you planning to do with it?
I then start pumping helium into the blow-up doll's blowhole.
The blow-up doll tenses up a bit as the helium starts to fill it, but soon relaxes, enjoying the feeling of being inflated. I can already feel it. I'm getting all light and floaty. It grins and giggles again, its body growing even more rigid as the helium inflates it.
The blow-up doll can't take it anymore, and then suddenly, pop.
The blow-up doll's eyes widen in surprise as it suddenly explodes, sending a burst of air and rubber fragments everywhere. The deflated blow-up doll lands in your lap, its limbs floppy and soft.
I then ask, was it good for you?
The deflated blow-up doll remains silent, its rubber limbs hanging limp and lifeless. However, a faint smile seems to be etched onto its face, suggesting that it did indeed enjoy the experience.
Well, let's take you home and get you patched up.
The deflated blow-up doll lays silently in your lap, its rubber body seeming limp and deflated. Blow-up doll. Ooh, that was unexpected. And a little bit painful. It grins and lets out a soft laugh, seemingly unbothered by the fact that it just exploded. Blow-up doll. But still fun. You know, you got a bit of a grip there, honey.
If you enjoyed this video, maybe you can check out some of the other character AI videos that I've done. Thanks for watching.